My name is Tricia Lockwood. I reside in Valley, New Jersey. And my video just cut off. Like, it was really weird. I'm going to record, just what I, basically posted it around November 1st, 2011. I'm also, in here is also against the false doctrines and their false claims. That is against Christianity, by the way, and a lie. Just making notes of it, and I actually wrote articles, and the thing is, against their false doctrines, I just want to let you know that Christianity has nothing to do with the false lying opinions of these churches whatsoever. So all they do is just make things up. Christianity has nothing to do with any such thing. Christianity is only a sanctifying holy truth of the knowledge of God, of objective knowledge and objective morals and laws of justice. So the thing is, these churches of the fraudulent Pentecostals used by the Valley, New Jersey Police Department, who also hacked into my computer with the Valley, New Jersey Police Department, these churches, Valley Nazarene Rhema Church, Valley Calvary Chapel, and the Chestnut Assembly of Not God. I mean, they claim they worship God. They worship the devil. They call the devil God. So, the devil is their God. So, they speak lies. But the thing is, I made notes. They've actually altered a lot of my articles to make it appear that I edited on like March 1st, I think 2001. I think it was this year. Yeah, 2001, when I never touched a lot of those articles. I noticed it one day when I was trying to share an article of mine that broke down things down against, yes, all of these churches and with the facts and giving evidence. So they have tampered with my videos. I just found someone who hacked my computer wrote something really vulgar, which I would never say or do. Or believe. I mean, it's against what I believe and what I practice, so it was really terrible. But besides that, I wrote these articles against the false opinionated lies of these churches. And so yeah, Christianity has nothing to do with their false doctrines whatsoever. But it's just about every verse that I record, by the way, has been against the false doctrines that I posted or commented, has been against the false doctrines of these churches, exposing and proving them wrong. So, yeah, I never just randomly just put a verse in vain. It always, well, every word of God is influentially, like, necessary for the salvation of people. But a lot of people use verses in vain and isolate it and just, put the surface claim and doesn't put the essence of the substance of what that is interpreting and what that means. So they often pervert scripture. It's really, really disgusting. But so I'm just gonna yeah, every verse I've ever posted on my page has been against the false ideas and the false evil of the devil that these churches are preaching. So I just want to let you know that. Ever since I opened my Facebook, that's what I did. So that was the motive of everything I posted. Now I think it was around 2009 I started my Facebook page. I'm not exactly sure, but it's around that time. So I'm going to go on. So this is actually false preachers I'm speaking against, okay? Chestnut Assembly, I was actually researching and investigating them, and they were very, very abusive. So an article of mine, I don't know if these articles are altered. So I just had to check my time. Are altered. They did, like I said, they hacked into my computer to put another date. So when I share it, it showed up on that date for this year. They were trying to deceive and cover up my profound holy ministry or whatever, and they're lying. That's all they do is sin against me with their lies and their harassment and bullying, and it's unbelievable. So they said me speaking laws and objective true knowledge against their mental abuse and slanderous and lies is harassment. By the way, that was harassment. Well, by the police, which is their lies. They're false ministers. Some are claimed atheists, and some claiming to be Christian and are anti-theist atheists. So persecuting Christians. This is nothing new. Catholics been doing the same thing. So I'm going to record this. So this is July 18th, 2011. Judge your neighbor injustice. November, shared November, in November again. So I'm going to click on this. So this was interesting. Dead judgments. So but these are original articles that was high above these futile minds of ignorance from these churches um, who spew nothing but just well ignorance. I mean I mean they're delusional, and so I'm actually speaking against that while they're delusions, so and proving them wrong, and to be evil and delusional. So this is basically yeah, by the authority of God. That's what God anointed me for, to be against the evils of these churches. So, because they are destroying society and destroying lives, and every time they speak evil, they're murdering. They're murdering your children. So that's what they're doing, and it's nothing but mind rape. So, I'm actually going to record this. How churches basically actually assemble people together and actually refuse their right to actually assemble and address grievances and all these things, other things. People delusionally think they're assembling together, and they're basically in a dead zone, and it's a brainwashing tactic. So it was created by the evil false leaders, ungodly unbelievers against God, and these false churches that are anti-Christian, that are antichrist. So So anyway, yeah. So these people, so I speak, give these profound, high insights and knowledge, against these scam artists, and it's really disturbing, because it's just like when I speak knowledge, and exposing that they are delusional and have severe mental disorders willfully, based on their own justification of their own false knowledge that actually is like contaminating their own minds. They will sit there and call anybody who witnesses against any of their abuses and evils and false knowledge, and then because of their severe mental disorder, they call their victims mentally ill. This is what they do. And like before, I mean, it's just like, I am highly educated by the Spirit of God, not by mankind. As you can tell, these churches all echo these false doctrines, and they're just can be easily just, if you're of reasoning, and the reasoning of God, they could be easily just like viewed as and be rejected by those who are discerning. So the thing is that um, so I mean, I don't insult people for being uneducated. I don't insult. I identify their insults to themselves, is which I explained throughout the years many number of times, because they're like, "Oh, you're insulting us." Now, I don't exchange insult for insult, but it is insulting to the evil person. Um, and excuse me. Um, if they reject reality and knowledge, so they insult themselves. Um, and the thing is, it's like Muhammad, it's like what they say is like insulting to like people's rights and just humanity of itself. But they will sit there, if you speak of knowledge and against their evil, they call it insulting them. This is the madness that happens when you reject the knowledge of God. You become a degenerate. I mean, they sit there and it's just like, um, will sit there and tell you that you're uneducated while they're uneducated. I had actually abuser do that to me because I'm speaking against them, slandering me. Oh yeah, you're slandering when I'm speaking against the crimes and evils that they're committing, and or whatever. Actually went through a memory the other day, I think, and I printed it or whatever. But I actually had this like abomination just like harass me constantly, and her mind is so deranged. She can't even be helped. Like, I mean, she's done so many vile, evil things. She cannot be forgiven. So like her end is hell. So, okay, this is August 6th. This is of the reflection I put in the other one. So this is August 6th, 2011. So, I'm basically writing from my spiritual experiences, and against those, and exposing those who claim to be experiencing God, and they have not. I actually have a false pastor with an ungodly jealousy, and because I'm speaking from experience and bringing the evidence and proof and substance, because that's how you know that somebody's of faith. Like, I have the evidence and substance, and destroyed their false knowledge. Um, uh, they kind of got distracted with something, but I'm just clicking over. But they I mean, it's just really unbelievable. It's just like there's no reason for them to be ungodly jealous. Like, if I'm giving it to you, I'm sharing this with you. But then they will sit there and steal some things and then like slander me, especially when people are questioning it and people are starting to listen, and then they'll hurry up because they want to be center of attention. And then if I'm sharing, even with my enemies who are abusing me, like the truth, they're like, "Oh, you're looking for attention," and it's just like, no, I'm serving to you the truth. This is what I'm giving. I'm giving you a gift. And while they sit there and slander me to seek this like artificial attention, and it's really, really disturbing. Now, it's actually Violent Calvary Chapel mostly did that, but they were actually very reflective of this other person who did that, Lee King, who abused me in the exact same way. And it was just like they just made up a lie after every time, and I'm sharing to them the truth because, in a godly love, and I'm sharing to them the truth, and they just attacked me and buried me because they wanted to be worshipped. While they made up like abominable like lies against God and or mind raping the people. It was really, really disgusting. So I'm going to end with that.